I'm Robin Scherzer, and welcome to Robin Stampin' Hood.
Hi guys, it's Robin from Robin Stampin' Hood. Welcome to my All Occasions class. This is a super simple, beautiful class that you're just gonna go say, what? Like, why? Okay, too easy, too easy. So if you signed up for my class, you got these supplies for 8 cards. And I'm just going to show you really quick. We're not going to put together all 8 cards. I'm just going to show you what I did to kind of give you an idea of how to put those cards together. So first of all, I want to show you the really fun pack of paper. You got a half a pack of paper of the new Horizons. It's found on page 42 of the new January through June mini catalog. Here's my little sample of it. This does not do it justice. It has all these fun horizons on it. Now, I didn't even buy the stamp set. I bought all the accessories, but I didn't buy the stamp set because I just like the paper and the horizons that you can see. So that's what we're going to use today in our all occasions card. Now, I got this idea from another demonstrator, and I apologize, I don't remember what her name is, but I thought, oh my gosh, it's so brilliant. So we're going to use this paper, and we're going to use this stamp set that's from Celebration. This is one of them that if you buy $100 before tax and shipping, you'll get this one for free. It's great. It's got everything you need. I love the With Sympathy. You got the happy birthday. It's got everything you need for inside and out. So I'm just going to show you really quick what I did, and then you can duplicate it and order what you need from me if you don't have a demo already, and you can get going. It's a lot of fun. So let's put this aside real quick. And now the new Horizons paper comes in a 48 pack, and it has 4 sheets of the same design, double-sided. So I just chose 4 different sheets to use to show you what you'll do. So you can see there's horizons on there, and then the back side kind of is abstract on some of them. So you can again see the horizon, abstract, horizon. This reminds me kind of a lake in the fall. And then of course abstract, and you can use this side too. So this piece is all about the abstract, so you choose whatever you want to use out of the pack. So some of my cuts might not be exactly a 3x3, so you're going to want a 3x3 square. And again, if you did the supplies with me, I already provided the matting for you, so you would have gotten 8 squares of basic black, and I cut those to 3 1/8. I didn't do a full quarter because I just thought it looked much nicer with the smaller frame around it. And these are just very basic, but they're so nice. I mean, if you want to knock something out really quick to get to somebody, that's what you would use. So again, these are just 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. And then I took the thick white basic cardstock for my base. You really want to use the thick, you guys. The basic white is too flimsy. Your card will not hold up as well. And you want to pre-score these. I've noticed with these that when you go to fold them on the thick parts, on the thick cardstock, the thick white and the thick vanilla, it just breaks the fibers up and it does not look good. So I highly recommend to pre-score these with your scorer tool, because it'll make your card look so much nicer. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So again, I chose these 3 pieces, and I'm going to cut them how I think they'll be good for my card that I want to create. So you're going to cut them to a 3x3 because we're just going to mount them right on the black matting. So like this one, I think we can we're not going to get horizon on every single one of these pieces, but we will on a lot of them. So like these two pieces, obviously, I only have the horizon on the one, but you could use this. You could stamp some trees on it. You could do other things with this. So these are the two that I'm going to use because I just really like the horizon. So we can use those two. I'm going to put these aside. This, you know what? I am not going to use this one. I was going to, but you get it. It's abstract. Do whatever you need to do with it. But I'm going to use this horizon one. Again, you're cutting to 3 by 3, and you're going to get some that just are not the horizon, which is fine. Again, you can do something different. Like this to me is super happy, so I'm going to use this as my birthday. And then we'll go ahead and we'll cut this piece. And there you go. So you can see, like, this kind of reminds me of the hills of Tuscany. So you can do whatever you want with it. And again, you have very abstract and not abstract. And then here's, to me, this is kind of like a field, looking out over a field. So we're going to cut this. And again, you're not going to always get your horizon, and that is okay. I did use in some of my cards, I used the evergreen set and used the trees out of that on some of these to just create very basic, you know, backgrounds. I can show you real quick here. So these are what I did. So I'll show you so you can see and make a note. So there's that one. That one. I love these. That's so much fun. This is probably my favorite, I think. So see, bright, happy birthday. And this is the one that I took a tree from, I think it's called Always Evergreen, maybe, and stamp the tree on there. So you could do whatever you want. Kind of experiment with that. You know, I think we forget we can actually stamp on designer series paper. So, okay. So let's start. So I think I'm going to just start right away with the matting process of it for me. So I'm going to go, because I'm really drawn to this one. So I'm going to actually mat these. Ooh, my glue's relatively new, so it just kind of all popped out at me. Ooh, you can't see that against the background, can you? That's okay. You get the idea. All right. I'm going to put that aside, and then we can play with these. If they're nice and mounted, then we can just kind of play with where they are on the white cardstock. Okay, let's do, I think this one kind of reminds me like there's a lake. It looks like to me like a lake is in the background there. I know these are really abstract, so you get out of them what you want. Right? Okay. And let's see, we'll do one other kind of different. This is kind of different. It's got, to me again, it looks like I'm looking over a field into the trees. So with a pack of this paper, you could make a ton of these cards. In this class, we just did 8. So you had the basic idea and you went home with the rest of your pack to do whatever you wanted to do with. If you wanted to, some of the gals that came to my in-person class, they actually took some of the other paper left over and created backgrounds, and you could absolutely do that. You can go on my Robin's Stampin' Hood on Facebook, and I did take pictures of some of the gals holding their designs that were a little outside the box from what I did, and that's okay. So I'm just going ahead and giving a nice burnish on these to make sure they are nice and flat. And again, if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love for you to order from me, and you can order off of robinscherzer.stampinup.net. And you can see all the things here that you need for this. So here's my 4 cards. And again, I'm just going to be very, very basic with this. So we could do that. We could do this one. Again, I am just drawn to this. I don't know why, but I am. So I'm going to put this one down. And probably should have done a little bit more in the corner, but that's all right. And then you're just going to lay it down. Super easy, right? And then I'm just going to take one of the stamps. Like I said, I really like this for sympathy. So, oops, all my stamps are kind of going a little crazy. You know, if your stamps, just a tip, if your stamps like this are not sticking like they should, all you need to do is run them under water, warm water with just like dish soap to get all the grime off it. Because what's happening is people's fingers and things are clinging to this. So then it's not as clingy as it should be. But then I just let them, pat them dry on a paper towel, and they're good as new again. So if you're having that trouble, there you go. So I'm just going to use Memento because I feel like that's my better choice for black ink. And I probably should have put some in the corner right there. So I'm just going to stamp, make sure you've got full coverage. Just going to stamp just like that. And you could put it over right in the middle if that's what you wanted. You know, you do what you feel you need to do. Now, in your supplies, you should have gotten a package of the classic matte dots if you ordered the supplies from me. And what you'll need are your blends. If you want, or you can use, oops, I'm pulling these off with my finger and I'm not meaning to do that as I pull it out of the package. Let's try that again. So you could use just the black dots on this if you wanted. I think they would be gorgeous just that way. So I'm just going to pull a black dot and put it on either side of the with sympathy. And it's beautiful, right? No problems. But if I want it to be a little bit more cheery, say, like with this one, it's got some reds and stuff. You can take your markers, and they have to be blends. I should say blends. And you can color in your little white dots. So it's nice because you can either even do the like vanilla looking ones, but I'm going to do the white ones, and I'm just going to give it some color. And I'm using, this is light Blackberry Bliss. So I'm just adding some color, and then you want it to dry and then add some more. So you have to keep kind of layering it. It doesn't, if it's a lighter color, it's not going to color right away, but it should stay on there because these are alcohol markers. So that's the nice thing about those. So you can easily add a little bling bling on there if you want it to go a little bit darker. You can see it has started to dry. So I'm going to do it one more time. Just keep layering it, layering it, layering it, and you can start to see it's getting darker. So there you go. So then I'm going to go ahead and put this one down, I think, and we'll use it as a happy birthday. How about that? Now make sure I get my glue in the corners to hold it where it needs to go. Are these super easy or what? And it's one of those things that you go, oh my gosh, why, hello, super, 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 super easy. So I'm going to lay this down. You can see when I mount my stamps, I'm kind of using this grid to lay it out flat. So I'm going to have oop, that one doesn't fit, does it? We need another block. So I'll have a nice even wording when I go to stamp. So I'm going to go ahead, get that nice and inked up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? And then I'm going to take these dots that I colored. Make sure you get underneath and you pick up the adhesive part of it. And I'm going to just lay it on either side of my happy birthday. Give it a little bit of something. You could use rhinestones if you wanted to. You could use whatever you wanted. That's just what I decided to color. So don't be afraid to go outside the box and experiment. So let's just finish the rest of these cards really quick. I mean, you can see how quickly they come together. Probably the hardest part is deciding which you want to use, what pretty horizon you want to use. Again, I'm just really drawn to this one. I don't know why, but it just, I don't know. But I'm going to put this one on again. I'll probably make it another sympathy card, or maybe even a get well card. You know, when you're kind of down in the dumps. So we put that one on, and then we'll put this one on. And again, you can make it whatever. And you don't need this word set. You can use whatever word set you have at home. That's the beauty of it, right? We don't all have the same supplies, so just use what you have and make what you can, right? So let's see. Let me get my glue out of the way. Otherwise, I'm going to squeeze it all over the place. All right. And let's see. We'll use, what words should we use now? So we have hang in there, for someone wonderful, congratulations. You know what? I think I'm just going to use the ones I had, the happy birthday. So I'm going to do this. This would be a good masculine card too, for a happy birthday, because guys don't really care. I mean, some of them do, but most don't. So I'm just going to move this directly under the picture. Give it a nice even push. See, look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, so simple, so simple. And I took my with sympathy off, so I'm going to put that back on. And again, you can create whatever you want. The other gals that came to my in-person class just did tons of different stuff. I love it when they all go outside the box like that. And there you go, you guys. Really, really simple, easy to do. You're just cutting your squares 3 by 3. Your horizon squares 3 by 3, and you're cutting your matting 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for stopping by, and happy stamping.